Here is the snow castle, ice castle that I made. Nothing too crazy. I made it all out of foam board that I purchased at Hobby Lobby when it was 40% off, so each board only cost like $1.25 or something like that. And then I had paint and glitter, and then here is some of the fake snow that they have during Christmas time. I know some people buy it year round. There's other places you can find it maybe. But I got a bunch of that when it was 50-60% off. So I got a couple packages of that, and I just put a spray glue down, and I just sprinkled all of the snow or glitter type stuff on it and let it dry, so now it's basically stuck on there. And I got some of these other snowflakes in packages at Hobby Lobby as well when they had them 50% off. And these ones I hot glued on. And then these ones, which are a little harder to see, I guess. Here, the sparkly ones and then this big one are actually foam stickers. And so I just peeled off the back and stuck it on kind of wherever it looked like it would be nice. And then these are actually Christmas ornaments that I just took out the string that was here and glued the icicle in because I thought it would kind of match perfectly with the theme. And these here are also Christmas ornaments, and they're still in the string. There's two back here too as well, and then one down, you can see right there down in the inside. I left the strings on and just used the strings to help glue them up. I did make a little second story that has some snow in it. I am going to be adding my daughter's kind of frozen Barbies. We have Anna, Elsa, Kristoff, Olaf, and Sven. And so once we bring this to the party, I'm going to set all the dolls up inside of it so it looks like the nice fun snow castle. And it can be turned around and the whole back is open. So I guess if kids want to play with it, they can play with it. That's fine. But this is the ice castle. I just kind of winged it and hoped that it would turn out kind of nice. When it was white, I thought that it wasn't going to be what I wanted, but as soon as I started painting it, it really turned out the way I had hoped. So, anyways, that is the ice castle. Here are the centerpieces for the 4 tables that we have. I just have them sitting in our homeschool room right now so that my daughter doesn't destroy them. We're the night before the party now, but by the time you guys see this, it'll be maybe a week or 2 after. But anyways, so I'll just kind of go over each one quickly here. This is Olaf. I made him out of clay, an air dry clay, and then I stuck pipe cleaners in for his arms and his sticks on top, and then some googly eyes for his eyes. And he is actually sitting on a half styrofoam ball that I just cut so that it had 2 flat sides, and then he sat on it. And then again, I used some of that sprinkle snow, used a bunch of that spray glue, and just sprayed it on so it looks like a snow pile. And then there's a white stick there, and I tried to make Olaf's flurry, I guess you could say, so it looks like the snow is coming down around him. But I wanted to make something kind of more 3D because Anna and Elsa were more 3D, so I went with clay. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, just because I ended up having to use some of that E86 8000 glue or whatever it's called to glue his body back together because the clay didn't hold as well as I had hoped. Maybe I didn't use it right, but anyways, so he is out of clay, and he is not glued down to the platform, so he can actually be taken off of there, but the rest of it is all kind of glued in. So he is on, and then this plate here is from Hobby Lobby as well. I got it 40% off at some point. I've been kind of collecting stuff for the past 6 months or so for this party, so I'm not sure exactly which frame it's from, like if it's, you know, spring or whatever. And then on to Anna and Elsa. They are actually pictures that I printed off, and then I put them on, I can turn her around a little bit here. I put them on styrofoam. I painted them and then added glitter to the back just so it adds a little something so it matches with the rest of this. But then what I did is, I think they're like a, I forget what they're called. They're like a paper mache tree. I guess you could say plain one before you paint it. And I put that underneath to be able to make kind of a triangle so that the dress could flow around it. And what I bought was like a yard of each of these fabrics at Walmart so that they would match Anna and Elsa's dress. And then it would look like their dress is coming out of the bottom of the picture. That was my goal anyways. They didn't turn out perfectly like I wanted to, but I wanted to go with the idea because I thought that it would look nice. They would be 3D. They would be really big and fun because my daughter loves Anna and Elsa. So it's basically under here is, this is all just fabric wrapped around a couple times, and I used little hand pins to just pin them into the styrofoam there. So really, if I wanted to, I could unpin all this fabric and use it for something else if I wanted. But, and they're sitting on those same trays that Olaf is sitting on. And then this last one here is Sven and Kristoff. I didn't get very creative with Kristoff. I was trying to, and it just didn't work out. I ran out of time. Sven, again, is in clay. He really fell apart, and I had to use a lot of the glue to get his legs back on. I was so disappointed on how that worked out, but he's back together now, as long as we don't mess with him too much. And he's got pipe cleaners for his antlers. And then I painted his body, and then I used some leftover fur from our Halloween costumes and put it on his back to be a little bit more 3D than just the clay. And I just glued that on so it looks like him. And I had to use just a piece of board that I had, painted it white, and added a bunch of that snow again to make it look like he kind of slipped in the snow. And then I used hot glue, and I made little fake ice cubes with some of the glitter to make them look like ice. This took a super long time. I only had 6 of them, but I wanted to put them on here because Kristoff and Sven, you know, had their ice business, and I thought that it would kind of go with them. And so that's kind of what I went with for that centerpiece. And then on all of these tables, I am going to be putting some of this sprinkly snow around them on the table too, just to kind of go with the whole theme of snow and snowflakes, that kind of thing, because everything else kind of goes with that. So those are the main centerpieces. And here is one of the other centerpieces. I'm having 2 centerpieces on each table. This one just has the number 3 that was actually a wood, plain wood, and I painted it white and added the glitter. And then I got these snowflakes at Hobby Lobby as well, 40% off. I think they were like 50 cents or something. The buckets I got at Target Dollar Spot this past summer when they went on 50% off sale, so 50 cents for those. And then I just added some of the white snow inside. These are going to sit next to the characters just because I was going to have them kind of sticking out of each of my centerpieces, and then it just didn't work out the way I wanted them to look, so I just decided to do something a little bit separate since I had all the pieces already. So I did 4 of those to add to the tables. And then this number 3 I did really poorly out of tulle. I also have another number 3 exactly the same size, but I did it in all glitter. And the glitter one is going to go on her gift table along with a couple other little just small things that I put together. And then this one is going to go on the cake and cupcake table along with the ice castle. And then also what's going to be sitting on our tables are these little packages I put together. It's this, do you want to build a snowman? And I found these little bags at Dollar Tree. The paper I just printed off of Pinterest, and then I added all the pieces to build a snowman. And so I'm going to have those sitting on the tables as well, along with the 2 centerpieces, and then, you know, glitter and stuff like that. And this is the last item that I have. I made this. Took a really long time. Took about 8 hours for me to make this. They're paper pinwheels. I think that's what they're called. I just took a bunch of different colored purple and turquoise and blue paper, and made all these different size pinwheels and white paper, and then took some more of those foam snowflakes and glued them on, and I did all different sizes. They're all hot glued together, and then there's a string in the back, and they're gonna hang, this is gonna hang on the wall right behind the cupcake table. I wanted to have some decoration on the walls. I have this, and then some of the pre-made big huge Anna Elsa posters that you could find at Walmart. Actually, before Frozen 2 came out, they had the first Frozen stuff all on 75% off clearance. So I got those huge posters that go on the wall, plus the big one that says Happy Birthday for about 75 cents. So I grabbed 2 of those. So those are going to be on the walls as well. This is going to be on the wall. And then we're going to have a picture wall that has, what do you call it? The tablecloths that you cut strips and you tie them so you get to see all the different colors. I'm going to have that as a picture wall as well. So those are all of the decorations that I have and that I've made. I will try and insert some other pictures of everything set up at the party as well. I did create a paper mache name for my daughter, like all the letters separate, and I glitter painted them and everything. I'm not going to show that because I'm not going to show you my daughter's name, but I do have that, and that will be also on the cupcake table. And then we have the regular tables, and then we'll have a food table that I may add something at the end if it needs anything. But I will try and insert pictures just so you can see how everything got set up and see that you guys, you know, how everything actually looks in person and on the tables and that kind of thing. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I will try and insert everything that I can. Here are the gift bags that I created for everybody to take home. It's just bags I got at Walmart. Pictures that I printed off from online. The same foam stickers that I got from Hobby Lobby. And some ribbon I already had. And inside the bag is a Frozen 2 cup, because I couldn't find original Frozen cups. Frozen 2 cups, there is a glow stick, there is a couple little Frozen crayons and coloring book. The cup is filled with candy, and then there's a sheet of stickers.